What up, y'all? Welcome back to episode 3 of season 2 of the NBA. I'm your co-host, Jonathan Fridline.
And I'm Alan J. Panion, and we have our second returning guest host,
Ooh,
Coach Kyle Curry.
Coach Kyle Curry.
What up, y'all?
How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing pretty good. I want to correct one thing Alan said. The audience isn't gonna know this.
Okay, you're not coaching anymore.
No.
Or wait.
Oh,
Wait. No.
wow!
well, I mean, you said.
I was gonna say this is actually my third episode.
Oh, okay.
Wow. This is my third episode that we recorded. We had
That's-
some technical difficulties after the first one,
I forgot.
That's a touchy subject. My bad, Coach.
so it never got posted.
I
actually
forgot
the
about
first
that. You're
returning
right. So
guest.
this is your third time
This is
on
my third
set.
time on, yes, but it's only the second one that folks are gonna see.
That's crazy. Man, how does it feel?
Wow.
Third in our hearts, Coach. third episode. All right. That's my bad, Coach. All right. So this episode, can I see that beer really quick?
I got you.
This episode, we're gonna talk about some records. We just saw Steph Curry break the 3-point record. We're gonna talk about some other records and see how they're gonna affect the players' legacies. Then we're also gonna talk about some of our playoff predictions. We can talk about the standings and the play-in tournament. And then we're also gonna talk about injuries and COVID, which has been apparent these past few days, or maybe this past week. But
What a party. What a lineup. Shall we get started with some
should.
trivia?
Okay, so
Let's go down the line.
another one. Okay, so
Let's put our guest on the hot seat.
okay.
Our 3-time returning
Correct.
guest. Don't forget that.
Three-time returning.
Don't
guest.
forget that.
Oh, yes.
All right, so just like last episode, I'm gonna give you these players' accolades and some other stats about them, and you have to guess the player.
Okay. I think I saw that episode.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
better.
All right, so he went to Kentucky. Okay. He was drafted in 2006.
Anthony Davis.
Drafted to the Phoenix
I'm not
Suns.
even the one to answer.
He was an all-rookie team, which okay. He's two-time NBA champion.
You said he's a what time?
Two-time NBA champion.
Okay.
4-time All-Star. 3-time assist leader. All-NBA in 2012.
Wait, you said he was drafted in 06.
Yep.
He's a 2-time champion,
Mm-hmm.
a 1-time All-Star,
4-time All-Star.
4-time All-Star, I'm sorry, 1-time All-NBA.
Yeah.
06 from Kentucky. Ooh. I'm trying to think back that far.
Actually, he's been an All-NBA player 4 times. That's my bad.
4-time All-NBA. 2-time champion.
I got.
He's played for 7 different teams.
I know who it is. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Fred Nurkic.
I'm just gonna put it out there.
Okay, if Coach doesn't get it, we'll ask for it, and if
Alright.
Fred gets it wrong,
Then
He was a season assist leader.
yeah,
Like
he
in the
was.
season.
Yeah, he was known for.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Yeah, it's
Okay.
Rajon Rondo.
That's
dang
correct.
it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. Let the record show that I knew it before him. Just let the record show.
But- All right.
I
Yeah,
might have gotten
got it
wrong.
right. Rajon Rondo.
When you said for some reason when you said 4-time assist leader, I was thinking like 4th on the list of assists.
Oh no, he's been the leader for it.
Yeah.
All right. You got a question for Fred?
Oh,
Coach?
I have a question for Fred.
Mm.
What former Cleveland Cavalier
This is my
is
Cavs
now the current general manager of the New Orleans Pelicans?
I don't know. His last name starts with an L.
With an M.
M.
Folks, it's literally the most random NBA player you could ever think of.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Only if you don't know the answer.
Yeah, I guess that's
Fred
true.
also thought that Scott Skiles was a random NBA.
He is.
I should have used that one.
You probably
He
should
wasn't
have.
gonna get that one either.
Go ahead, give me the answer.
Trajan Langdon.
Trajan Langdon.
Trajan.
Langdon.
How am I supposed? Never mind. Trajan
Yeah.
You looking-
I would not have.
Langdon. No, I'm not. I'm looking at
gotten-
my trivia question.
Okay.
I was set up for failure there. I don't think that should count to my record.
I gave it the answer 20 minutes ago. And
I guess-
told you it was gonna be.
I guess that's a good point. Trajan Langdon
Ladies and gentlemen, the host of Pick and Roll
of the Pick and Roll
Podcast.
podcast.
Yes.
There you go. All right, my question's for Alan, way down there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, after following that question, this question's super easy, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. I feel like you're gonna know it literally like this, because this is one of those questions where you either know or you don't.
Yeah.
Who was the only NBA player to retire with more career blocked shots than points scored?
Manute Bol.
That is correct.
All right, moving on. Let's talk about let's talk about Wardell Stephen Curry.
Wardell.
He just
Wardell.
broke the.
Do you know I was
record.
born in the same hospital as Steph Curry? Isn't that interesting?
I actually was too.
Were you actually?
I
hey,
wasn't.
right here, Knox. Actually, that's actually the same hospital as LeBron James too.
All the great point guards.
It's in the blood.
All the great point guards were born in the hospital.
I'll take it.
First and off guard now. But
Not wrong.
all right, so Steph Curry just broke Ray Allen's 3-point record, and we were discussing this a bit earlier, but we were just thinking, how is that actually going to affect his legacy? And okay, you want to start off, Coach?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I think that Steph.
Have anything to add to that?
I think Coach covered that up well. But my only thought is you gotta take account. Just Steph broke this record in half as many games as Ray Allen.
Yeah, you gotta give him.
So
that. Yeah.
he really pioneered the 3-point shot, and he paved the way for this young generation.
Changed the game.
We bring up Trae Young and Luka Doncic. He literally revolutionized the game of basketball that we have never really seen before.
Yeah, I think that.
So I
goes
think
back,
in
yeah.
that aspect we got to give him credit,
I think,
and
yeah,
he is the greatest shooter of all time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Going back to what you said, that how he made the record more popular.
Yes.
Like
Exactly.
his play style and his ability to shoot off the dribble from deep, just like I think that revolution that's gonna be his legacy. How he changed the game that much with
Being
3-point shooting.
one of, if not the most influential player of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last player I want to talk about is LeBron. He is almost around 2,500 points short of Kareem's record. How do you think that'll affect his legacy?
I think that this is the kind of award. Were you asking me or were you asking Fred?
I was asking both of you.
Okay, Fred, you want to go? Because I'll be talking.
I don't have many thoughts on that right now.
Shocker. I think that award specifically, I think will absolutely make LeBron James' career. Number one, because for some strange reason, nobody looks at LeBron as a scorer.
Yeah.
So, and LeBron has said it too. Like, people look at him, people talk about it all the time. He's the best all-around player,
Mhm.
the best passer. He's a pass-first guy. And how many guys average 27 a game for their career for 20 years, almost 20 years,
Mhm.
to not be considered a scorer?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He won the scoring. He did win a scoring title.
Has
No,
he?
he didn't win. Yes, he won one. He didn't win Michael Jordan's 10. Skip Bayless, relax. But he did win a scoring title.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's a scorer, and I think it would solidify him. You know, and I think it does this as well. LeBron has made a point, I think, to prove specific people wrong about specific things they have said about him. And one of the knocks on him was that, you know, he couldn't win championships. He went and won a championship. Well, he did it in Miami, but he couldn't do it in Cleveland. But to Cleveland, he won one. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so he's not a scorer. He's this, you know, or he could, you know, he's a passer, but can he be the whatever? He led the league in assists. Now he's going for the scoring record for a guy who was thought to not even be a good scorer.
Yeah.
So I think it makes his case in that way.
Yeah.
Like, do you think if he does become the number one scorer of all time, will he be the greatest player of all time, or is it that black and white?
I don't think it's all that black. I think some people are still gonna say, me personally, I think just the way. Okay, if you're looking at careers, I guess I would say LeBron is the number one in his careers. But I would say, just like the way they played and like the overall play style, I would say Jordan's still the GOAT.
Hmm.
I feel like, and this is how I look at things. Had Jordan just retired and been done, I would never have said it. But the fact that Jordan took, you know, and I'll give him 2 years. He did come back at the end or the middle of
The '95 season.
yeah. But for all intents and purposes, Jordan took 2 years off. He took 2 years right in the middle of his prime.
Mm-hmm.
Scoring titles, championships. He took it off. He won 3 more championships, which says he was still great,
Mhm.
still amazing.
Yeah.
And then took 3 years off after that, and then came back and was still averaging 20 points a game.
Yeah.
Like, who's to say that Michael Jordan, like, he still was up there in the 30s. He still had a 30,000 point, not 30,000 point game, but a 30,000 point score.
Mm-hmm.
If he had not taken those 5 years off,
Who knows?
He's probably number one right now.
like, he's probably he might be a 40,000 point scorer. You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah.
We haven't had one of those yet.
Yeah.
You just, and I know we can't go back and say, well, it would have happened. But logically speaking, you could make the greatest case possible that
Mhm.
he could have and would have gotten it had he not retired for those 5 years. 'Cause look how close he got with taking 5 years off.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to our playoff predictions.
So we got
So-
the Brooklyn Nets, Chicago Bulls, Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks, Charlotte Hornets at 6, Washington Wizards, Boston Celtics, Philadelphia 76ers, and Raptors.
So we got Brooklyn probably most likely going to make it. I don't see them going on an insane losing streak. I can see the Cavs going on a losing streak.
Shut up.
I can see us being a play-in team, but I hope not. I hope we make the playoffs.
I do too.
I think the Bulls are going to make it.
I think the Miami Heat will.
Heat will probably make
I
it.
think
Bucks
the
are-
Bucks will.
So yeah, I think we got 4 kind of locks.
Can I ask you a quick question about the Bucks?
Yeah, go for it.
With no Brook Lopez this year, how does that affect them?
I think it's in the play. I think it's going to affect them a lot in the playoffs. Because in the regular season, teams are more usually like fast paced and like it's more
Yeah.
open. But in the playoffs, when you get to the nitty gritty and you have to execute, you're going to need somebody who has that veteran leadership and who also can stretch the floor, who's big, who can guard the post
And block shots.
Yeah.
shots. Exactly. So
I think the strongest team is definitely the Brooklyn Nets. All healthy. I mean, who knows what Kyrie Irving's doing? Who knows if he'll ever come back?
Kyrie's part-time player now, so that's
That's
good.
true, actually.
good to watch him again. Let's go.
All healthy, I think the Brooklyn Nets are the best team in the Eastern Conference. But do not be surprised if the Chicago Bulls are able to
Mhm.
muster up enough strength. And if they get hot at the right time, hot in the playoffs, they have the right pieces to be able to make a run, definitely, for the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised if the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Well, one thing about the Cavs that I don't necessarily love is, and it works in high school. Sometimes it works in college. I don't think it's going to work in the league. It's the best and worst thing about them is you can't pick one player to stop. You know, last game, Jetty Osman, 23 points. I think he had 23. He's our leading scorer. We've had other games where he's the leading scorer. We've had games where Mobley's leading scorer. Games where Jared Allen has been our leading scorer. And you have games where Colin Sexton. You got games where obviously he's done for the year. You got games where Darius Garland is your go-to guy. Kevin Love has come off the bench and been one of their go-to guys. But when you just need, like, who's your signature player? When you need buckets, who are you giving the ball?
I think it's gonna be in the play-in for it.
Between
I would go just say like 6 through 10 again.
Hornets, Wizards, Celtics, Sixers, Raptors, and then you got the Hawks at the 11.
Oh,
The
wow.
Hawks made the Eastern Conference Finals last year. And remember, we literally just completed the first quarter of the season, so literally these standings could be completely shaken up by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Well, we're about a third of the way through this point.
Are we?
We're a little more than a third.
Okay, really.
Yeah, we're about 30 games.
Still early in the season. I don't know. The Philadelphia 76ers have not been playing really well at all. Because you know, has Ben Simmons been playing?
He hasn't played.
I don't think so. I don't think so either. And then you got the Toronto Raptors. Like, all these teams is like, I mean, they have. Actually, who do the Raptors have?
Scotty Barnes.
Scotty Barnes.
They got
Fred
Freddie. Yeah.
Fred VanVleet.
And then
Pascal
Pascal
Siakam.
started the year off not playing.
Well, they got like Norm. No, they got Gary Trent too.
Gary Trent plays for.
No, do you remember they traded him for Norman Powell?
That's right. Yeah. I got them mixed up.
I was about to say Norman Powell too, but yeah. Okay, so
right now, I guess it's just too early to tell for me.
I think Philly's gonna be in there. I think Philly has.
Is gonna be in the playing game.
They haven't played most of their games with a healthy roster at this point.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid's missed a ton of games,
Mhm.
and this is where I know we're gonna talk about it a little bit later. But this is one of the things, like, COVID's making a big difference
Yeah.
because Joel Embiid was out with COVID
Yeah.
for a little bit, and I think they did a decent job of surviving
Mhm.
without him. Obviously, without Ben Simmons,
Yeah.
they don't have that next guy to go to the same way.
Mhm. Yeah.
Tobias Harris still isn't proving that he, in my mind, is worth that big contract he has.
Yeah.
But if Joel Embiid is playing consistently and he's healthy, I think they're back up in the top 6. I don't think they'll be a playing team. 'Cause right now, they're ninth. They're 500 right now. I think they're definitely well above 500 if he's healthy.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with Boston. I know they haven't been healthy either.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are we positive though that even when Jaylen Brown
Even
and
when-
Jason Tatum are healthy,
We saw last year that they weren't that good last year, so I don't know.
so I think Cleveland is definitely an anomaly to me.
Mhm.
Charlotte, honestly,
I was actually gonna bring up the Charlotte Hornets.
I like Charlotte. I don't know that I trust them.
I don't believe in them either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're a solid playoff team. But if I'm looking at, like, if we did like the way they do March Madness, last 4 in or last couple in, last couple out, whatever.
Mhm.
Like, to me, from the top 6, Charlotte and Cleveland are my 2 that I'm going on.
Let's go over the Western Conference. Let me give you the 1 through 10. Number 1, you got the Phoenix Suns. Then you got the Warriors, the Jazz, the Grizzlies, Clippers, Lakers, Nuggets, Mavericks at the 8, Timberwolves 9, Kings 10.
Interesting.
Coach is shaking his head. Coach, why are you shaking your head?
I actually hate the idea of the play-in tournament. I don't like it.
Let me hear why.
I thought it was really good. It was necessary. I thought it was really good when it was necessary. Let me say it that way. In the bubble, when the last however many games of the season was cut off and teams were that close together, it made more sense to play a certain amount of games. And because we're this close, we'll let you guys play each other for the right to get in here.
Yeah.
Now that we're back to 82-game seasons, what's the point of having seedings and standings if we're going to say, oh, no, but you guys have a chance to? Like, that to me defeats the purpose of having a top 8.
Yeah.
If we're going to say, okay, well, 9, 10, and maybe 11 or whatever, you can still get in. especially for a league who swears up and down they're trying to minimize the number of stars that sit games and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have any consequences for losing games like you used to now.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm a certain team, if I am Kawhi, I'm gonna pick on Kawhi because he was the poster child for it the last
Mhm.
2 years. I can sit out and not worry about us losing these next 5 games because now all of a sudden all I gotta do is
Make the
play
top
a,
10.
Yeah, play a 10th seed or a
Yeah.
9th seed team. Know we can win with our full team and just say screw it. I'm gonna sit.
Yeah.
The Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns were the team that made the NBA Finals last year, and everyone said that was a fluke, that was their one chance of winning, and they blew it. What are we thinking right now? Almost silencing all the haters, sitting at 23-5.
They to me, they're doing it without. That's the most impressive thing to me. They're doing it without Devin Booker. To be honest, like, he hasn't. He's
Mhm.
played, but he hasn't really been there. The
Yeah.
way he hasn't been as healthy. He hasn't been healthy the whole year. I think he's back like next game.
Mhm.
For it.
You guys covered it up well. Yeah, good job.
I actually want
Good
to say
job.
one more thing. I was watching a video, and it's like, with Devin Booker, there are trade-offs with him having on the floor. He's a defensive liability. And so I was watching them. I was watching some highlights against the Warriors game, like when they played the Warriors the second time, and they beat them. When Booker got injured early in the first or whatever, they literally their defense picked up so much, but
Really?
their offense kind of took a step back. Obviously, without Booker scoring, there's no real ISO threat, I guess. But their defense picked up so much. It's kind of funny to see how much better they were without Booker on defense. So.
I would like to raise one more team. The number 6 seed Los Angeles Lakers, who obviously have not been, living up to the hype with this big 360 trio with LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook.
Well, 80,
And the new addition of Isaiah Thomas.
Hey.
Man.
MVP Isaiah, come back.
MVP IT.
AD just sprained his MCL, so he's out for a month.
Yeah. And 80 was underperforming anyway.
Yeah, but I don't know. They just took 2 back-to-back blowout losses to the Timberwolves, and you can just see that they don't have any rim protection anymore. Dwight's not the same. DJ's not the same.
DJ is. Oh my goodness.
So, who knows? LeBron's teams tend to pick it up come playoff time and in the playoffs. So that'll be interesting to see, an interesting dynamic. But nothing is guaranteed with this team, for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing is guaranteed with this team making the finals. Because right now they're definitely not playing like a finals team.
Yeah. All right. That about wraps up our playoff predictions and discussions.
Yeah.
Let's quickly gloss over some injuries and some COVID talk. So, Coach, you want to kick us off with that?
Well, let me just say
Oh,
right
first kicking
now,
us off. Let's go.
Coach, you wrote down this is a list of players. I'm stealing his
Now,
notes.
Fred sat up here.
Actually, I wrote this down.
Me and Alan were both taking our notes. We
It's
said,
a-
Freddie gonna take it. He said, "Why would I need to take notes?" And now he's stealing both of our
He
notes.
didn't even write out the players. Never mind. Anyways,
There's too many players to write out.
yeah, exactly my point. Right now, we're in a league where so many people are out with COVID and injuries. And Coach said something off camera that I've been thinking a lot about. What if the NBA did do a little shutdown, a little week or so shutdown? Because the list goes on and on and on of these people out with COVID or a COVID protocol or whatever. So, should we shut down the league until Christmas? Would that be a good idea? Would that be a bad idea?
I thought it would be a good idea because when I had the idea, not that my idea matters, that matters. When most of these guys were coming in, one of the things I wrote down was, so we've had in the first 6 weeks of the season, we had 16 players in the NBA in the entire league on the COVID list. In the first 6 weeks of the season, 70 players just in the month of December. 70 players
70
this
people.
month, and we're halfway through this. What is today?
Not even
19.
We're a little more than halfway.
Yeah.
And 50 in the past week. So starting on December
50?
12th, that's last Sunday. 50 since last Sunday.
50.
Those are stats that I found.
That's crazy.
So let's say that starts on the 12th. Let's say by the 15th, 16th, whatever, 17th, even the 18th, which was yesterday. You say, you know what? Christmas is our big day anyway for basketball. Kind of like Thanksgiving for football, whatever. We've already had to cancel several games. You got guys from G League players all the way to Kevin Durant, who might be the MVP of the league, out on the COVID list. I'm not gonna say he has COVID, but out on the list and protocols, whatever. Shut down the NBA for a week, just 10 days, whatever. Take your L a little bit on the money and the whatever, and then come back strong on Christmas.
All right, so that just about does it.
Just about. Coach, how are your vocal cords feeling right now?
Fred, if you knew a little more about basketball,
That's
so
not
much.
true. That's not true. You just happened to say exactly what I was going to say before I said it.
Great minds.
Give me my note sheet back. Just can't go anywhere with this guy. Anyways, Coach, I do appreciate you coming out. Means a lot. Thanks for repping the John Stockton jersey too.
Yeah.
That's big stuff.
Fred, you want to
hear the first Pino podcast three-peat.
repeat?
Yep.
Pick and roll podcast.
Speaking of the Pick and Roll podcast, you want to shout out the gram?
How about we let Coach shout out the gram? Let's do a little test. See if he knows the ad. See if he actually listens to the videos till the end.
So go follow us on Instagram.
Us. Wow. Us. He's a part of the squad now.
Go follow them on Instagram at the Pick in Roll podcast, not and the letter N roll podcast _.
Underscore.
Underscore.
Well said. Well delivered.
All right, that's a wrap.